Well, Donald Trump's past is in the spotlight after two negative stories appeared. One, a front-page New York Times piece about Trump's past treatment of women. The second, that strange story about Trump pretending to be his own PR person 20 years ago. Republican National Committee Chairman Reince Priebus is suggesting that the Times story was planted.
Do you have any doubts in your mind about Trump's relationship with women, about the way he talks about women?
Look, I mean, these are things that he's going to have to answer for, but I also think they're things from many years ago. And so, you know, as Hillary Clinton, it's a classic Clinton operation. Now suddenly these things are coming out.
Here now, Tammy Bruce, a radio talk show host and Fox News contributor. Alan Colmes is host of the Alan Colmes Show, nationally syndicated by Fox News Radio. Welcome to both of you.
Hi, guys.
Interesting times on the campaign trail. Reince Priebus says the anti-Trump stories are probably a Clinton plant. Possible?
Well, I think it's not too surprising. They've signaled, of course, this is going to be a major push. She's been relying on women, whom she's been losing to Bernie Sanders. But I have to say that when it comes to the New York Times, I think that they expected, you know, they're used to men like Bill Clinton, and they expected to find a particular kind of thing of behavior. And after, what is it, a 4,000-word piece, scores of interviews, they came up with him perhaps sometimes being politically incorrect. One woman has come out on Fox News saying she was completely misrepresented. I think this is classic mainstream media for the general election. It's what I've said would occur, is that there will be singular attacks on whoever the GOP nominee will be. And in this case, and in general, they also make things up when they need to. So I think that this is not a surprise. But for Mr. Trump, it's actually, I think, helpful, because you're looking at a general exoneration about the nature of his character. He loves women. He is sometimes forward, but you're never seeing anything that we know Bill Clinton has dealt with, and yet, of course, we'll never see that in the New York Times either.
The lead story in the Times is, the lead story in the article is this woman,
okay?
Pardon me.
Yeah. I'm going through that, too.
It happens on live TV.
Yes.
Is this woman, Roanne Brewer-Lane, who was on Fox and Friends this morning, essentially taking back every bit of the story.
She never said her words. She said take it out of context, but she never denied it.
Right.
And by the way, when Reince Priebus says, oh, that was 20 years ago, well, yet Trump continues to bring up Monica Lewinsky. How long ago was that? So you can't have it both ways. For 49 other women, the Times said they spoke to 50 women. Let's see what the other 49 have to say. Furthermore, if you go through the list of things Trump has said about women, A, you got to treat them like blank. Doesn't matter what the media says, as long as you have a nice piece of blank next to you. The story that just came out that when he divorced Marla Maples, he leaked it to the Post and slipped it under her door. That's how he let her know. There's a whole list of things Donald Trump has done about women that weren't even in the Times story, if you want to make the case about how he treats women.
I would argue that this is, of course, and this is what the Democrats want us talking about, is maybe some words that someone used. What I can tell you is that millions of American women, 3.7 million American women, have slipped into poverty under the Barack Obama administration. So when you're talking about words versus actions, the policies of Democrats, the liberalization of this country has hurt women most. It hurt women first. 92% of the people who lost their jobs in Obama's first term were women. So the Democrats want you talking about what words Donald Trump might use. Let's talk about real actions that have destroyed women's lives.
If you want to change the argument to the economy, I'm more than happy to talk
that's what
about
everyone's
that. Donald
concerned
Trump
about.
has renounced his own economic plan. Then he said it's going to be his original economic plan. He's been back and forth about it. Now he says he wants to raise taxes on the rich. He's had no consistent point of view on it. And you want to talk about how the economy was and how it affected women at the end of the Bush administration, I'm more than happy to talk about that, if that's what you want. You want to go that way. I wish Donald Trump actually had one specific policy that he stuck to.
This is an extension of the Obama administration, not of the Bush administration when it comes to Hillary Clinton. For Donald Trump, he's been very clear about the tax plan. He's got Stephen Moore, Larry Kudlow advising him on that. It's been published. It's out there.
No,
but
you're wrong.
This is about the economy and jobs, and this is why Reince Priebus said people don't care what Donald Trump has been saying, and he's right, because we care about jobs and the economy.
He put out a tax plan, then he put Kudlow on it and said Kudlow was going to change it, and then Trump went back to saying we're going to keep the original tax plan.
If you want,
so he's got to make up his mind which way he's going to go.
You can get into the nature of whether or not you want to promote a tax plan that's going to help the American economy versus what we already know is occurring with Obama and Hillary, and we know that's destroyed people's lives.
All right, back to the media coverage of Trump, though. You point out that Monica Lewinsky was 20 years ago. Well, so was this, so-called John Miller PR thing that got
What kind of a person impersonates himself? And then, but what is recent is he denied it, that it was he. He had two spokespeople denying it, Manafort and Katrina Pearson, both denying it was he, yet he said under oath that it was, in fact, he was John Miller. So now he's sending out his people to deny what he's already said under oath was true. So he is an inveterate liar. He's a pathological liar. It's been proven. He cannot tell the truth, and he's directing his people to go out and lie about what he already said under oath was true.
Yeah, this is, I think, a very good example, considering we've got a president who's lied himself through the last 7.5 years.
Absurd.
This is a bit of a meltdown for the left.
Yeah.
The American people see it for what it is.
Yeah, they do.
It's panic.
I agree.
And I think that this is why you're also watching now in the latest national poll, once again, Donald Trump beating Hillary Clinton, Hillary having to go into the Rust Belt states because she sees him leading her on those as well. It's going to be a good general election for Republicans, but the media is going, of course, to be biased as usual.
Has he lied about whether or not he was John Miller? Has he had
this is what's
has he lied about it?
I'm fascinated about this. We know that there are stories about money being given to a Bill Clinton friend.
But you're changing the subject.
No.
Has he lied about it?
Alan, let me finish. We know there's all kinds of stories that are relevant to the American economy, and yet newspapers were hiring voice experts to listen to a tape to determine if it was Donald Trump.
We know
it's irrelevant to the nature of what we need to accomplish, Alan, to accomplish in this country. It's irrelevant to jobs in the economy, and the American people reject it.
Did he lie about it?
All right, Alan, can't let you respond because we're going to take you to President Obama.